Pray to God.
No, one of my worst losses was Donald Trump election, the first one.
Bro, you had a sick. You were betting on politics.
The first one. I don't even know politics, but I'm on the way to the movies and I hear on the radio.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. It's your boy Abbas Wahab saying thank you for tuning in. We got another banger for you today. Back in the studio, my guy, hilarious comedian, podcaster, one of the best voices out there. Not comedically, but a good voice. You know what I mean? My boy JamEasy Cummins.
Thank you. That was almost a great compliment.
Almost.
I
can't let your hair.
How many people have been here 3 times?
Enough.
A lot of people have?
Don't get on.
I thought I was special.
Yeah, no.
I thought I was like...
People been here 4 or 5 times, bro.
Jesus Christ. You need to make new friends.
Mo Ismail's come here 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? He's a section favorite. The people want him, so I got to bring him back, you know?
Damn.
I'm a man of the people.
So nobody's been asking for me.
Nobody. They're like, stop bringing that motherfucker on, you know? That's why you took your hat off this time. You're like...
I'm trying to show you. Yeah, please.
He's dynamic. He's a dynamic guy.
Hat in hand. Send me money. That's what I've been doing. I've been asking people for money lately.
I saw when you launched the new pod or whatever. What's that show even called?
So there's a new show.
Easy Times.
The JamEasy Times.
Yeah. I did episode 1. Check that shit out. It's
Episode
actually
1.
on YouTube now.
It's on YouTube. I'm doing 2 a week. I'm pumping them out. Like,
you know what's funny? I noticed on your 2nd or 3rd episode, I don't know what you're on, you've already changed the backdrop.
Yeah, 2nd episode.
Wait, you're going to change it every episode?
No. I wanted to get like... So,
why were you like, yeah, 2nd episode?
No, because that...
Yeah, it's a 2nd episode.
I ordered the thing. It came a little quicker than I thought. I wanted to get like a background that makes it look like a morning talk show or a late night talk show, whatever, like buildings in the background and stuff. The one I had before was like the world, because I used to do a show called JamEasy Does It From the End of the Earth. And that one, you know what I mean? Earth, world, makes sense.
The skyline, that new skyline, it's like retro wave skyline.
Yeah,
I like that. It actually looks good.
Thanks, yo.
And you switch your shit up too. What's funny is first I noticed you were rocking a turtleneck and a chain. I'm like, this guy, you got a stylist since then? Like the amount of changes you made since. And episode 1 and 2 were a day apart or like 2 days apart.
Yeah, 2 days apart.
What the fuck is this guy's redoing his own shit?
Imagine when we get to episode 10 how much I'm going to progress. Like, if you check out episode 1 with the boss and you're like, this is good, but it could be better, it will get better.
No, you're just going to change a lot. Who knows if it's better? It's just a lot of things keep changing.
That turtleneck, I never wore a turtleneck since like probably elementary school. But one of my friends is having a birthday party this weekend, and it's the theme is a funeral, a death to her 20s. She's turning 30 years old, so everyone has to dress like for a funeral. So I ordered this black turtleneck. It came in yesterday, and I was like, fuck it, let me throw this thing on. Let me take it for a spin on the JamEasy Times, which you can check Tuesdays and Thursdays.
The only time I've ever worn a turtleneck was to shoot something, and damn, I felt like $1 million, bro. I put that shit... Turtlenecks are so easy to make fun of and talk shit about until the second you put that motherfucker on.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, and you know what? Even back then I was like, yo, you put a gold chain over this shit, blazer, 2 chains that bitch. That's exactly what you did. No blazer, but still. You made that shit work. I'm like, look at this. Did people say anything about the turtleneck?
Oh, people love the turtleneck. But
people fuck with the turtleneck?
Oh, yeah. It's a...
Okay.
I look pretty good.
We're hitting 30s. In your 20s, they're like, look at this bitch and his turtleneck.
Oh, I'm sure my friends would make fun of me in person if I was wearing a turtleneck, but no one made fun of me in the comment section.
I guess it's not real friends then. Shit.
My
real friends talk shit in the comment
section.
comment section? Yeah. That's how you know they're real.
Friends. Trust me. My friends are as real as they come, yo.
Oh, shit.
I've had the same friends since I was like in elementary school. The newest friends I made is maybe the end of high school. All my friends are... I live by those words, Drake. No new friends. From high school till I started comedy, I never made a new friend. Comedy, I've made some friends.
Yeah, right? Fuck you too, by the way. Fuck you. I regret bringing you on for the 3rd time.
Come on now.
Put your hat back on, bitch.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
No. But like, I feel you. I got friends in stages. I got grade school friends, high school friends, very good university friends. Like my university friends are some of my best friends now. And I got comedy friends. But yeah, for sure, comedy friends are like the flimsiest. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like not as far as like you can't make plans with them, but as in like you don't have a base of like memories like you got with all these people because you got time with them, you know? Time served.
Also, a lot of comedians are a little bit crazy or have some dark past and all this stuff, right?
Or addictive personality. Like
so
crazy.
It's like my old friends, like, I know who they are. There's no surprises. I'm not going to be like, what the fuck? You stalked a girl 2 years ago? You know what I mean? And then you find these things out about the comedians. You're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be like hanging out with this guy that has like
they were committed to a ward for 5 months. Like,
Right?
last year. You're like, what?
Do you know the guy
It's like, yeah, bro, I lost it completely. Anyways, you hitting the show tomorrow or what? It's like,
do you know the comedian that got caught on the, like, a YouTube version of, like, To Catch a Predator? It was called, like, Creeper Catchers.
No, it's like Boy Banks or some shit. Like, I don't even know.
No. Don't. First of all, don't throw out
It's all good.
wrong names for
What was it,
fucking
JamEasy? Was it
pedophile claims.
JamEasy?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, look at this. Oh my God, we heard it on this just in from local podcast.
Yo, people have been taken down for less. Anyways, this
It's
guy's
all
already
good,
been
bro.
taken down.
It's all good.
This
Yeah,
guy
exactly.
has
I
already
mean,
been
he's
taken
the
down.
nigga's
I'm just saying,
kryptonite.
you
He's
said the
kryptonite.
wrong name.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name just because I think he might be dead now. But
Okay, cover your mouth and say his name. I gotta know. Oh, he might be dead. He's like an old comic.
oh, no. This thing came.
You're
out.
like Shanty.
This. What do you mean cover my? Can we just beep it out? Or
I
is that
don't
too
want
much?
to edit
All right.
that. Yeah,
I'll tell you the name.
Okay,
after.
here. I'll give you. I'll go and I'll collect the pencil and paper and have you write it. Okay. I have all those in separate rooms, so it's gonna be a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'll keep the fire going.
Yeah.
The point is,
You
this
just plug
guy,
your episode over and over.
this guy. I don't know why I don't want to say his name. I'm just so paranoid about shit. But anyways, the point is, this guy. Whenever I went to Kitchener, he would be like our designated driver. He was a funny guy. He was a decent guy that I thought.
Oh, was he tall?
tall? Fat.
And he booked Cameron House.
No.
Okay.
No. This is an out of town guy. Anyways, and he was funny. He was. Dark Souls.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Yeah. No junk, no soul.
So there was a show I was promoting at the Rooftop Comedy, a Dark and Dirty edition. It was a Dark and Dirty edition. I said, "Yo, come through, be my designated driver, and you know what I mean, so I can get drunk tonight."
He's like, "What do you designate me to do, James?"
That was going to be on Saturday. On that Wednesday of that week, a story comes out that this guy was on like a YouTube version of Creeper Catchers, like 3 years before he even did comedy. Why the fuck would you be like, "Oh, I just got caught on YouTube trying to fuck a 13-year-old. Let me go put my face and name out there on flyers and shit." What a maniac. But anyways,
Same name.
he went up by a fake name online in the thing. I'll tell you. Okay, his real name's Alex, and then the name that they called him in the Creeper Catchers was Howard because they caught him on whatever using like trying to chat with a girl online using the name Howard.
Yeah.
So when they run up on him, they're like, "Hey, Howard," and he just starts like walking away fastly, and he's like all scared and shit. Anyways, so that thing comes out. It looks real bad. It was like this guy I considered a friend. I thought I was friendly with him, and it was like watching a friend die. It was like who the fuck is this guy? Like he was a totally different person in that thing. You know what I mean? Like something I never expected. He had a baby mama. He lived with her. He had a kid. Like I wasn't expecting him to be that kind of guy, right?
So 3 years ago this happened, and it got buried, and it just surfaced coincidentally before you guys went to the show. Just a coincidence. Or like the whole comedy community was like, "Oh, look at what one of our people has been up to." Like, was it that type of expose?
Somebody posted it in a comedy community
God.
thing. And anyways, so you know how if you have a show, like you have your show tonight, diversity,
Forced diversity.
forced
yeah.
diversity, guys, check this guy.
This drops Tuesday, but yeah, keep going.
The next
I
one.
like the vibe.
I'll be on it.
Yeah.
I'll be on. Be on. Come check out the one that I'm on. When you do those shows, you'll usually make like a group message for the show. "Hey guys, be there at this time." So he's in this group message for a show with like 5 other comedians, some pros and stuff, like people that are like respected and stuff. And he comes in after everyone knows that this guy just got caught trying to fuck a kid or a young teenager. He's in there like, "Hey guys, I guess."
Yo, can I do an early spot?
No, he's like, so,
how early, bro? Like,
he's like, I guess I'm not going to be on the show now. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just send me this message on the side? I was like, bro, don't worry about comedy right now. Like, you're done. Like,
yeah.
It was, but yeah. The point is, after that, I also made friends like with a guy that ended up being like a little bit of a creepy stalker guy. So I'm like, yo, fuck making new friends in comedy, man. You guys are all weird. I'm just going to hang with my old friends and maybe a boss because I don't think he's doing anything too shady.
You don't know about that shit yet, bro. They might find me on the chat forums doing the dirty. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not. I'm obviously not.
My opinion, people that fuck kids, people that beat women, people that stalk women, I'm out. I don't want to be friends with those people.
I mean, fucking kids and beating women is a separate category from stalking women. Come on, right?
No, those are all 3 different
Stalk
categories.
is a motherfucker in a bush, like, yeah, use that Q-tip in your ear, you whore. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't like
that's
that
a stalker.
Yeah.
And a kid fucker There's no comparison.
Oh,
I think.
They're if we're doing a podium of who's the most disgusting,
Of course, they're third,
they're number one easily.
but they don't place. They don't place. I say the stalker don't place in that game.
The
that
stalker don't
fucked
even
up
play.
game.
Stalkers are pretty strange people, man. And the thing is, you don't want to get
Pedophile, rapist, murderer,
yeah.
and then like if you sexually assault somebody, that's worse than stalking them.
Personally,
Right.
I'd rather be friends with a murderer.
Oh, for sure. Oh, murder, I'm down with 100%.
Yeah, so-
but I'm just saying, like, that's why.
I said who I'm not going to be friends with. You know what I mean?
I mean, depends on why you murdered, right?
Pedophile, assaulter. I'll say sexual or a guy that just beats the fuck out of girls. I don't want to be friends with him. And then a stalker. I don't want to be friends with him.
I know a stalker is weird, but you know.
Okay, this guy must be friends with a lot of stalkers.
Yeah,
You're trying,
gotta hear him out.
You're like, stalkers aren't that bad.
Yeah.
You're like looking out your window. Hey, there's that my 3 o'clock.
No, I'm literally I'm doing a movie where I play a stalker.
Oh,
the
shit.
movie's called Stalker.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm like reading these lines. I'm a crazy motherfucker in there. So in my mind, I've like
You've
I
empathized with
personal like now it's like related to me personally. So I'm like, they're not so bad.
In the movie, are you stalking a white girl or a black girl?
I'm not only stalking a white girl, but the white girl cast in the movie, Olivia Stadler.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
Other comedian. I just had her on a couple episodes ago, but that's pretty, like, I'm amped for this.
Do you run into a lot of other comedians on these sets? And
Never.
Stuff? Oh,
You know who? Chris Sandiford, you know him?
I heard the name, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's like a comedy bar guy. He's like big actor and improv and stuff. Him, Chris Robinson, we did a commercial together, which was a huge coincidence. It was awesome.
Sick.
It's just 2 black guys in a Coors commercial. It's fucking sick. But besides Chris books a lot. And Chris Sandiford, actually all the Chris's, I guess. Not really, nobody else.
You want to be a success in acting?
Go with the name Chris.
Yeah, name your child Chris too.
That's 2 for 2, baby.
Chris has a new show, Pillow
Yeah,
Talk,
Pillow
on
Talk.
Crave TV. I just watched a couple episodes last night. Really funny.
Yeah, I actually wanted to tune in. Is it like legit jokes?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah?
a good show. I think
Yeah.
it, and not only that, it's on my Crave homepage. I didn't even have to search for it. Like,
I don't even have Crave.
I open up Crave. It like shows like the movie they just added, and then it like scrolls to the right, and it's like Pillow Talk.
And it's Chris on there?
No, it's like the logo for the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's pretty sick when you see one of the people in your scene get a show as a lead. You're like, fuck yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Was so funny is I was just talking to Chris at Darren Burke's basement show.
Yeah.
I was there and we were waiting for our turn. I was talking to Chris how I told my agent to not give me any more lead auditions for a while because I just want to book a bunch of supporting stuff. Because I kept getting all these huge auditions for like big shit that I'll never book because they got to look at your work, your past work.
They're gonna book
They're like,
people that have-
has he done this before?
Yeah.
No, then he's not. So why am I spending all this time trying to apply to be a CEO when I'm entry level guy, right? But then as I'm telling this to Chris, he already booked and filmed Pillow Talk, but the nigga said nothing. You know what I mean? As I'm telling him this, and he's like, oh, okay. And then it drops Pillow Talk like a week later, and everyone's like on the comments like, yo, congrats. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
congrats, bro. He's like, don't give up on those lead roles, bro. I'm like, man, this guy. You could have just told me that night, you know?
Yeah.
You could have just been like, hey, by the way, I booked the thing, you know? Keep at it, you know? This nigga hit it.
Chris is one of the best.
But
guys.
congrats to him. Yeah, absolutely. He's been
I-
on the pod too.
That guy I have no problem being friends with because I already had a cosign of somebody that knew him from before. Like one of the guys I played football with was like good friends with Chris. So when I started doing comedy, he's like, oh, reach out to this guy. This is my boy. So I'm like, all right, this guy's already good people. And Chris has been so nice to me, man. He helped me out when I was just starting out too, like get on different spots. I always show love to those people. So that's why. Go check out his show.
Respect, Pillow Talk, Crave.
Yeah.
For those of you in America, get on RBG or start torrenting, you know? I'm just waiting for that shit to hit the internet so I can torrent that bitch, you know? I don't have
You
Crave.
gonna steal this guy's show?
Yeah, it's not like he gets paid on... Does he get back-end royalties?
I don't even have a Crave password. I use somebody else's.
Yeah, there you go. Look at this nigga judging me, you know what I mean?
Amazon, Netflix, Disney Plus, Crave. I only have a password for one of them, and then I take other people's passwords.
How shitty is the interface for Disney Plus?
You think it's shitty?
Dude, Netflix is like leaps and bounds ahead
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
All of them. Like, and it's
They did it
connected to
first.
your smart TV. So you just like...
I don't
you
have a
click-
smart TV.
Oh, that's
I got a fucking dumb fucking TV.
Damn, man, kill yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I wanna
but
get a
like,
smart
yo, like Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, when on smart TV, they're the worst interfaces. Like, Disney Plus is hands down the worst. You have to click into an episode, into a show, and it'll just press play from wherever, and then you got to click back to get to the episodes. You
Right.
can't just be like, oh, Simpsons, let's choose the episode. You got to click play, it starts, and then you click more. It's like, well, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. We're
garbage.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled.
We
by,
really are. Yeah.
By easiness. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I have to do an extra step. This is bullshit.
I know.
It
We are
works.
spoiled.
It still
100%.
Yeah.
Here we are, though, under a light in a house with microphones complaining about bullshit. We made it, baby.
Hell yeah. This is the dream.
Ooh-wee. I'm doing a YMCA. YMCA is doing the bullshit. Actually, I probably shouldn't say this, but I am. They're doing like a job series. Like, you know, YMCA, they do like social shit.
Yeah.
They're doing like a job series that's like Jeopardy style. And they hired me as a host. So they're going to film all these videos and be like, the question is, when you apply it, and this is, I don't know, I haven't read a script. I'm just guessing the type of bullshit.
Sick.
It'll be like, and the question is, let's say you applied for a job and you had a great interview. How long do you follow up? And then like maybe one of the people be like, what is 2 days? Or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know how this shit's going to go, but I'm assuming it's going to be PG as fuck with YMCA.
I think you would make a great game show host. I think you got the chops for that, kid. And also,
That's actually kind of like, I see it as almost like a shot at me on some level.
What the hell? Why?
That's the most like you sold out. Like I could never be a game show host, bro.
Buddy.
I could never be Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's like, bitch, does this whole thing like, you said what? Like, I can never do that shit, bro. You gotta play clean as fuck. I hate that shit. I do it.
Come on,
I'm
man.
in for a day.
Yeah.
You know, just to get my rent paid. But those things.
You wouldn't host a trivia night?
I tried to.
And it wasn't-
Because I can control it and I can make a Simpsons trivia. And I love Simpsons, so I would be down with that.
So there you go.
But that's at a bar. You could say fuck. You could say this. You're talking about television.
You say
game.
fuck that much?
Bro, how many times have I dropped it?
Now I think you're just forcing it.
Fat fuck? No. You're all right. You're all right.
I'm all right, but
You're good.
I'm fat end.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on the fat end of things.
You know, it's all about the truth here at the Immigrant Section. But like on TV, I couldn't do it. In real life, I'd be done.
So last week I was working out pretty good. I was seeing some results. Everything was going well. And then Sunday night, I did a show, and this other comedian was like making fun of me for being fat. He like touched my belly, whatever. But then a girl was like, no, like you're so sexy. Like you shouldn't lose any weight. Like it looks good on you. Like you carry it well. Like you're like not fat. You're like thick. And I'm like, yo, triple C thick. Like, you know what I mean?
You're like,
So
what
then-
do you have to? She's like, I have a boyfriend.
So
You're
then,
like, fuck.
no, but then that compliment totally made me work less hard this week on getting in shape because I'm like,
You've gained 20 pounds.
I look at the way, yeah, I'm carrying it well. I'm
You're
carrying
at
it well.
Popeyes,
Yeah.
like, you see a reflection. I'm carrying it well.
Yeah. So yeah, don't give me compliments until you really mean it. No, but I think she meant it. Who knows?
You do kind of carry it well, you know? You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but because you're a layers guy. You're a hoodie and you got layers on. And anybody who's like a layers person, you know, there's t-shirt people who only rock t-shirts. Those people, they don't carry that shit well.
True.
You know?
I've seen some me on some bad angles. I remember one time I was.
That's probably why you became a layer. You entered the layer life, you know?
Bro.
Look at you. You got a t-shirt over a hoodie right now.
Doing comedy,
You layer hard.
doing comedy, you on a stage, right? You're above people. So sometimes people will take a picture of you from below. And if somebody takes a picture of me from fucking the side angle below, it just looks like I'm fucking pregnant sometimes, yo. I'm like, God damn, yo.
Isn't that hilarious when you do a show and the host will get Instagram stories for everybody so they can repost them? And it'll be like the most fucked up picture of you, like pointing at someone like, and they're expecting you to repost that shit.
When I'm a host and I either record a little bit of somebody or take a picture, if it doesn't look good, I'll close it and I'll make another one. Like if say I'm recording like a little piece.
Oh, me too. I wait for the laugh. If there's no laugh, I cut it.
Yeah. I don't know why people would.
People just don't have that sense of just like, oh, this isn't something they would want to put up. Like early on doing this podcast, I realized that I cut clips of like something witty I said.
Yeah.
And then I realized you don't get shared because you got to cut a clip for the guest where they look hilarious or great. Because then they're like, yo, send me that clip. I'm going to post that clip.
You're right.
Create the content that makes them look great, and then everything else will work out, you know?
You're 100% true. And I'm just realizing yesterday the 4 clips
We're all about you.
We're all about
Yeah.
me, baby.
Egocentric.
The one that I cut about you, did you share it?
I didn't share, but I left a comment. That was pretty funny. Well, you didn't tag me in it. Tag me in it next time.
I
didn't even
definitely
see
tagged
it.
you in it.
I think you
tagged
tagged
you
the
up.
immigrant section or
And
something.
Abbas Wahab.
Oh,
And I
missed
put your
it.
name all over that shit.
Well,
man.
fucking put it on a story and I'll reshare it. Stories is what everybody sees, right?
All right.
So put it on the story next time. But it was funny. I was watching that part. I'm like, it was pretty funny.
It was funny. People like
The confusion of it.
Yeah.
This guy, he starts a new show, has me over at his house, and doesn't say the format or anything. We're set in front of a camera, side by side, and he's like, Joe Rogan says nigger. Well, he says,
Whoa.
Joe Rogan says the N-word. Yeah. Now we're going to put together a compilation video. By the way, we have a video of Michael Richards watching Joe Rogan's compilation being like, fuck, slow it down, bro.
That's so funny.
But like, we're sitting looking at the camera. He's like, Joe Rogan says the N-word. Kim Kardashian doesn't allow Kanye at his kid's birthday party. What will all happen? And then he pauses and I'm like, are you editing? Like, are you editing a gap? Like, what is happening?
First of all, it was,
And that's what you cut.
Kanye's not invited to his child's birthday party, but Joe Rogan might still be invited to the cookout. And then I just burst out laughing because I couldn't continue. And then Abbas was just like, what the fuck are you doing right now?
And that's the clip. Like, that's just people love confusion, I think.
Yeah. No, because at first I was like, man, maybe I should have somebody on that knows what's going on in entertainment. But I think it's funnier to have somebody that doesn't know shit. Jesse, I had Jesse Singh on yesterday. He didn't even know who
Rogan is.
It wasn't about Rogan, but I said, you know Will Arnett and Amy Poehler? Do you know who they are?
Of course. Yeah,
He
the
did-
SNL crew.
He didn't know who they were. He didn't know who Betty White was.
Of course. Betty White. That was the original slave owner.
No.
No, but Betty White seems like Betty White, I get the vibe that like she's so old, she probably saw slavery. I feel like Betty White was she would like come into like the slave quarters and like get down. You know what I mean? I get that vibe. Like she's
long ago
down
was
with
slavery?
the cause. When Betty White was like 16, I guess probably.
Come on.
We'll do a relative to Betty White. BW, Betty White. Yeah, see, we give her one more B. That's a BBW, right? I'm telling you, it all adds up.
It all adds
But
up.
she's like 100.
She was about to be, and then she died.
Real slavery ended in 18 whatever Civil War, right? Emancipation Proclamation. But then
When
like
did fake slavery end?
Jim Crow was like all fucked up. And then the whole prison system came into place where it's like we'll just grab a motherfucker for loitering. He's standing outside. He just got freed slave. He ain't got shit going on. So they're just lingering. They grab them all. They charge them for loitering. And then they go to the chain gang. And now they're just slaves again. Because now they're convict.
True.
And they're just working for free. So that's what happened for... Till this day, that's literally the system.
Yeah.
But like that was crazy for Jim Crow probably to like late 50s. It was like really fucked up. So Betty White was well into her 30s. She probably... deep in Mississippi or like Louisiana, she probably got a low-key slave. I could have seen that.
A low-key. Wow,
Low-key
that's a crazy thing to just say about Betty White. You might as well just say Boyd Banks is a pedophile again.
But she would get the slave to give him a better life or her a better life. You know what I mean? That's the type of person. I don't think she was a bad person.
Let me get your finest slave. I want to give him a better life.
Yeah. Well, who said anything about finest? But just your most disenfranchised. Like, they bring one that's like nubs and blind. Like, yeah, give me another.
Who's got the most whip marks on his back? Let me
Yeah,
take
right.
that one.
Betty, help me, Betty.
Have you ever had... No.
Whip marks on my back? Have I ever been whipped? What the fuck were you gonna ask, bro?
What I was going to ask...
What were you gonna ask? Have you ever been whipped?
Has a white girl ever called you the N-word while you were fucking?
Yeah. Are you serious? 1,000 times.
What?
Yes. Are you kidding me? Dude, I get off on that shit.
Actually?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bro, trust me, if you were black, you would get it. Okay?
I've had one of my buddies.
Somebody called you.
No, one of my buddies told me like he did and like he liked it, like it was like hate fucking the girl, whatever. But
it's just the taboo shit. Like you call a girl you like a slut or a whore in bed, right?
yeah,
Right? That's
Sometimes.
fine. But why do we draw the line there? That's an unspeakable word,
yeah. Who knows? I think it's because of slavery.
I actually told one girl to call me that in bed one time. And
You
she
told her
wouldn't.
to?
Yeah. And she wouldn't.
Yeah.
While we're doing it. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I know. No, sometimes people ask you to do stuff you're not comfortable with. I've had a girl ask me to slap her in the face, and I was like, I can't do it. I tried to give her like a little one.
I would have channeled
and then
mine.
she's like, no, I mean like hit me, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Oh, like punch?
No,
or
like
open?
give her like a hard one, but because I tried to give her like a little one just to like appease the crowd, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I couldn't give her what she wanted. I was a pussy.
She's like, yeah, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
How long did that last? That was probably the last time you saw her, huh?
No.
Punch me in the face. I can't.
Yeah.
Fucking pussy.
No, we still got down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put on the boxing gloves.
I
next time.
just knew
you hit her with the Larry Holmes. You know?
I just knew I could never give this girl what she really wants to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sex
yeah.
good for her. You know what I mean? So I mean,
She puts like a fucking mouth guard in before you guys start fucking and shit. That UFC sex, you know? I wonder if all those like UFC like chicks, are they like crazy in bed, or do they get it out of their system in the ring and they're just kind of like regular lays?
yeah, because
You know what I mean?
they're a dominant personality in the ring, but they probably like to be submissive.
Exactly.
Because that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder. I would be, me personally, obviously I got a girl, but like in the lingering times, I would be too self-conscious or insecure about like trying to date like a boxing or kickboxing champion. I could never do
What
that
if your
shit.
girl just started training?
Oh, I'd be down for that. Because then it would just be
now she's gonna lose those extra pounds. It's like
Yeah.
you just say something.
No. She's fucking on point, bro.
Is
Don't
she?
be talking shit.
She on
She don't
point?
need to layer, baby. She don't need to layer. She's t-shirt and killing it. But like,
Nice.
if I'm with her, she doesn't do it, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I got my role. The roles are kind of like, everything's good. We got a good dynamic. And then she starts training. That I could always be like, okay, we had that. So if it starts changing, maybe you could like manage the change. Be like, oh, she's getting too crazy, whatever. But like, if we never had a regular thing, and I'm just dating you, and she's in the fucking octagon, like da 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 da, I'd be like, fuck, like, I'd get with her, and I probably wouldn't be able to get hard. You know what I mean? She'd be like, get hard, you pussy. I'd be like, oh fuck, I have performance anxiety.
Would you be able to watch your girl get beat up?
By another girl?
Yeah, I'm saying like if she's trained and like I want to fight, I want to do a real fight, and then you go watch her and she just gets her ass kicked. Like, would you be like, oh, babe?
No, I could see that. I think it's different with women, and like, I imagine if I was a girl watching my man get his ass whooped, I would not be as attracted to him, right?
I
That
think
makes
I would
sense.
be less attracted to a girl that gets beat up too.
I don't think so. From an evolutionary point of view, like there's nothing in my system that goes, she is not a fitting mother because she got her ass. Like that's not
It's still
in the
embarrassing.
repertoire of things that a good mother needs to have is octagon fighting skills. Because that's what it comes down to is like, can this bitch be a mom? You know what I mean? Like evolutionary.
That's what you look at girls for, right?
Not even like consciously. I think that's what it comes down to. You see big hips, you think bearing kids. You see a fucking stick, you're like, damn.
I don't know. The last girl I was fucking that was like really hot and really fun to fuck. Definitely the whole time I was like,
Really
this girl
fun to punch, or what did you say?
fuck, really fun to fuck.
Okay, all right.
I was looking at her like, you would make a horrible mother, but I still enjoyed fucking her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I'm like, definitely not
like-
for her motherly qualities.
But at the end of the day, if you're trying to find someone to like, build something with, that's a fucking
Right,
real thing,
Yeah.
I mean, we're in our 30s. It's not like, I'm going to keep fucking these bitches forever, bro. I'm like, fuck kids, fuck everything, bro. I just do comedy and fuck whoever likes me after the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we're not doing that
that's
at all.
pretty much the heroine of just like dating. You know what I mean? Like, if you go down that life, that's like sexually, you could go down that way where it's pretty much just the equivalent of meth or some shit. Just being like, okay, so let's hit up a bar or a club here. Let's find someone to fuck here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to town to town. It's, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's different for like rock stars and shit who have like a horde of chicks and they're like picking them.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't think you'll ever have that lifestyle?
I don't want that lifestyle at all. If the horde of chicks, I'd be like, oh fuck, that's something that's so I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Because like my life's good right now. So, but I could definitely be like, oh, I could see temptation as a motherfucker. That Oscar
sure.
Wilde quote. I could resist anything but temptation. You know what I mean?
Temptation
Is a motherfucker, right?
is a motherfucker, man.
I'm not saying I'm a cheater and all that shit, but I'm just saying like,
I'm not saying I'm not.
yeah. He's like, I won't punch a bitch, but I'll cheat on her quick.
No. I don't cheat. Never cheated before.
That's what everybody says. Everybody says that. That's why everybody says that. And that's,
Have you ever got caught cheating?
no. See, the only time I never cheated like in a relationship. This is the longest relationship I'm in right now. You know what I mean? And I haven't cheated, knock on wood. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm not having side sex, but like early other relationships, it would be like that 3-month phase where you're like dating for a couple months. And in my head, I'd hook up with someone else. Cause in my head, I'm like, we're not really a fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts as cheating or not because it wasn't explicitly what's it called when it's just you two? Exclusive.
Right.
It was like undefined, but clearly it's trying to be exclusive, but not. So I don't know if that's cheating or not. Those are usually the times where that shit happens.
Like that's not.
I've never been in 2 years and just like. Actually, this is the first relationship that's over 2 years.
That's not cheating, but it definitely makes me look at the person differently. Like if you find out like you were having, you know what I mean? Like okay,
Yeah.
you're getting to know this girl. Like okay, I'm not. This is the closest.
How'd you
thing.
cheat? This is clear what the story is.
No,
What's your cheat?
other way around. This is the first time that like
cheated on, Playboy.
I thought, but then it was within the first like month or two. So I'm like, I wouldn't count it as cheating, but then it also made me look at the girl differently. So, and I don't even know if it's official that she cheated, but this is a story. So this girl, me and her, we had a great, first month together. We were having so much fun. It was all good. And then one day, she was a bartender. So she used to go out late, whatever. I didn't really care about that. But then she's like, I'm meeting up with a guy friend. He's coming in town, whatever. We're just gonna meet up for drinks late, and I'm like, whatever. I didn't stress on it too hard. But then the next day, like I'm FaceTiming her, and she's wearing the same clothes as the day before. So I'm like, clearly this girl, spent the night somewhere last night. So it was in my head.
And you didn't say anything.
No, I did. I was like, yo, like
She's like, it was crazy. I just crashed on his couch.
This girl told me she told me she's just I just did all my clothes were in the laundry, whatever. Like, so I just wore the same thing again today. I'm like, okay, buddy. So I never really bought the bullshit.
Yeah.
But then like another month goes by, and now I'm like, I'm already putting in my head like this girl's not wifey material. I'm not gonna make her my girlfriend. But now she's like mad that I'm not making her my girlfriend because she's like, oh, we're hanging out, but like you won't make me your girlfriend. And I'm like, yo, like I just don't see you like that kind of way, right? Because like you already showed me like putting some doubts in my mind, so I'm like, I'm not looking at you that way. This girl would try to start bullying me into making her my girlfriend, like just being like starting fights over everything. Like, oh, I wouldn't be doing this if you made me your girlfriend. Texting a guy in front of my face. Oh, I wouldn't be texting other guys if you made me your girlfriend.
You're like, this is you're burning the bridge right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, be with me. Just stop texting him.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think this is gonna go down? It's funny. I remember back in Detroit when I was just on hard Tinder and just dating randomly. It would be like I'd start like a little like fling thing where I'd be like trying to make it a thing.
Yeah.
And that would make them run away. So that would give distance. Cause it'd be like, they're kind of like, I'm not really looking for, flowing. I'm like, okay, fuck it. Next one. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna fucking, I'm just flowing. And then the exact opposite happens. That's what happens. It's like, it's like waves, like tide
100%.
in and out. You're like, this time I'm not gonna fuck up like last time. And then they're like, I want everything. And then 100%. You're like, fuck off.
That girl was the first girl that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna not fuck other girls at this point in time. I'm gonna see how good this thing can be. You know what I mean? And then that happened. I'm like,
this committed motherfucker is suffocating me.
like, yo, what the fuck?
I know.
It's
that
crazy.
Weird?
Yo, you want what you don't have. Like, fucking, it's better to be the one cheating than the one getting cheated on. Though I'll tell you that.
Facts. I probably have been cheated on 100%. When it applies to the same terms that I said earlier, that first time where it's like not really exclusive yet and stuff. Especially when they do go hang out and you don't hear from them until 2 p.m. the next day. And it's like, even then, you can tell something changed. You know what I mean? Even in the way the texting is happening.
Right.
You just like, I don't know if it's in my head, but I'm pretty sure there's something different now.
Yeah, you got a intuition.
This is falling apart as, like, nothing is happening here.
Okay, so you have a girlfriend. How many guy friends is she allowed to have?
At the beginning, I was like, I didn't want to be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But now
I'm fucking insane. I will murder you.
Does she have any guy friends?
Not like anybody she hangs out with, like solo. Fair. That's like, no, I don't fuck with that at all.
That's the thing. Like,
especially if they're like an attractive motherfucker. I'll be like, I would never allow that shit. Yeah, and I said the word allow. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, like, it's true. It's like,
I'm not gonna be like this guy. Like, of course she has. Yeah, she has a lot of guy friends. She spends the night sometimes. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
that's intense. That's
no,
too much.
You know what I mean?
But that one that I told you I had that situation with, like, she had too many guy friends. I'm like, I can understand one or two. If you have like, you know what I mean? But how are you going to have 3 or 4 guy friends? Like, yeah, okay. The whole thing about guys and girls can never be friends. Like, I think there is the rare situation where they can be. But you ain't having fucking 4 guy friends. Like there ain't. It's a rare situation where you can actually just be platonic friends with a guy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like she has this one friend who she is friends with, and since we started dating before COVID, this guy got really fat during COVID, right? So like as the years have gone by, first of all, he's shorter than her, like by quite a bit. And he's ballooned so much that I'm just like, yeah, go sleep over, go do whatever you want. Like,
really,
nothing's gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know about that.
I'm like, no, this guy is nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Even at the beginning, I was like, I don't know about like, guy, like, how do you know this? You guys used to like, he used to live in the apartment across the hallway when she lived with her best friend, this girl. And when they were partying, they would party with him and stuff. He was like older, worked sales, and like, yeah, come over, you know, smoke my weed, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't trust this guy. But he's got a girlfriend, and he's like fat as fucks. I'm just like, that's a no threat in my mind. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. I've had a lot of people look at me as not a threat, and I fuck a lot of people's girlfriends.
Yeah, oh fuck, bro. What the fuck are you trying? Now I'm just gonna watch this motherfucker carefully every time.
There was one.
He's like, yeah, fuck your bitch.
There was one
You fat motherfucker, get
but
money.
not in a while though. Like that was like my early to mid 20s. Like because I didn't want to have a relationship, and I found the best
You're in
girls
the
to
corner
fuck.
doing this thing.
The best girls to fuck are girls that have boyfriends because they're already like they don't need commitment. They just want to get a little fucking
On the side, yeah.
I wasn't fat back then either, so maybe it wouldn't work now.
You're just walking around
But-
holding your shirt up 6-pack.
But the whole like not being a threat thing, like I remember there was one girl that I was fucking for a while, and like she had a serious boyfriend, and she was a black girl. The guy was white. But then when he would come around, like all of the friends, like all my other friends are black, so he'd probably look at all the other guys like they're the threats, not knowing like it's the other fucking white guy.
Yeah, right. You're like, hey, you need help with your taxes?
Yeah.
I'm fucking your girl, bro.
Yeah.
What was it? Like I've never had anything like that where it's like I'm consistently hooking up with someone in a relationship ever. You know, I may have done it with people that I don't even know. You know, like there's a couple one night stands or whatever the fuck, but like it may have happened where you don't know. You know, like Drake has that one song. He's like, I don't even know she's married. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't even know what's going on. But consistently, that's never happened. So what I want to know is like, did you learn what drove this chick away from her dude? Like, what did you learn for your future from this? Like, how was this guy fucking up? Working too much? What was it?
No, I think this guy
just didn't have the goods.
I think maybe he just didn't have the goods, and I also think this girl was a whore.
Okay.
Yeah, like
to put it lightly,
like I don't think I was the only one that she was fucking on the side.
Oh yeah, okay.
Actually,
yeah,
I know she was.
She was a equal opportunity employer.
Yeah,
You know what I
like,
mean? Like,
I know a couple of my Eskimo bros that could vouch for it. You know what I mean? Other guys that fished in the same hole.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to do a third one. You know what I mean? Who shopped in the same supermarket or like whatever the fuck. You know, reached in the same vending machine.
Put our groceries in the same cart. If I can,
you're right.
be frank with you.
The last 30 minutes of this podcast is just gonna be 100.
Just analogies for fucking girls.
Say,
to other guys.
we use the same Netflix account.
Planted our seeds in the same garden. If you hear me,
Fucked the same chick, if you will.
yeah. Put our straws in the same drink.
Oh god, dude. So she was just for the streets.
She's for the streets, but
She's not
she
just
ended
like
up
all happily married. With, like,
happily
she married that dude.
Married the guy.
Oh,
and
man.
and
And
to her
stopped the hoeing?
credit, haven't fucked her since.
Oh shit! Look at that. See, guys, that's what I'm talking about. You know, love is real, romance is real, and it doesn't matter where your relationship. You could turn that shit around. She's no longer fucking JamEasy.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And I wonder, is it just because I got fat? No,
She's like,
but
lay her up.
no, that's good.
Do you have
man.
kids?
Some people can. I don't want to get too descriptive of all that, but
Yeah.
happily married and have
That guy, her husband is like watching, like, if you fucking say the exact same number of kids as what we have, I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
I know. I'm so paranoid.
Do you know the guy?
I've met him multiple times because when he comes around, every once in a while, she'll bring him to like somebody's birthday or whatever. You're like in the same group of friends, whatever.
Did he seem like the nice guy that would be happening to?
He seems like a guy that would
be cheated on.
watch his girl get fucked. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So maybe it turns him on. Who knows?
Maybe he sent her out.
Yeah, he's like,
The older I get, the more I realize. You know what's funny? All those like it's all the It's all these fucking like older white chicks too. These older white women with all these like fantasies and shit. That's
Oh
the
my
funny
god!
thing.
Did you ever do those?
Dude, when I got this engineering ring,
Yeah.
my biggest regret, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21, by the way.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very Muslim.
Special girl or just a random one?
Random, off the apps. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Yeah, off the apps. I just couldn't do it anymore.
White girl, obviously.
Yeah.
I knew
Plenty of fish, too.
Nice.
Oh, that's the garbage. That's the
oldest. That's the oldest
lowest of the
one.
low. Yeah. But when the other ones were out, too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking for something dirty, boy. But what was I going to say? Yeah, man. When I graduated Waterloo and I got this engineering ring sized,
Yeah.
I asked for a size too big and I lost it in 2 weeks. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, give me another one. Let me buy another one. And I go in for the sizing appointment. And this older white chick just she starts putting the ring on my pinky, on and off, making direct eye. I swear to God, like 12 times.
Yeah. She's fucking your finger.
She's fucking my finger. And she's just looking at me. And I'm just like, and in my mind, like I was just, until this day, do you ever get opportunities? Do you have regrets in your head of times when fucking was an option, but you didn't pounce?
Oh, yeah.
Till this day, that's my biggest one. Where I was like, "Fuck!" She
Yeah.
closed the door, like she was like a 45-year-old, like straight up like porn style amateur MILF situation. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't that guy to just be like, get up and you know what I mean. I didn't even lose my virginity at that point. You know what I mean? And I was just like, she's 12 times in and out. Like I'm beginning to like sweat. I'm just like, oh fuck. Till this day, I'm like, fuck. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
That would like the month I was graduating. So I would have still graduated. I wouldn't have even fucked up my school.
That's nice. Yeah, you missed out. I have one story like that where I still look back on and regret. Have you ever had a threesome? I've never had a threesome. And I had one chance.
I didn't have a threesome, but yeah. You know, not to toot my own horn, but one time I was in Cancun and 2 chicks gave me a blowjob at once.
I would prefer that. That's like that'd be so great.
It was
man.
incredible.
My one chance at a
You know what I mean?
that sounds great, man.
Yeah.
But my one chance at a threesome, man. I had another girl over at my house. So I had a girl that I was fucking for a little bit, and she's like, "Oh, you know, it'd be fun if my friend Kayla came and like, and you fucked us both." I'm like, "Sick."
Oh,
But-
you're like, okay.
So that's perfect. Yeah.
You're
But
like,
then
"Good."
a couple
That's
weeks
cool.
go by, and then
That's
she's
hot.
like, she starts being like, "Oh, I don't want to share you anymore." Like, no. I'm like, "Oh, you got my mind. Fucking focus on the threesome now." You know what I mean?
I know.
So then eventually she brings her friend over one day, but like the vibe was off. Like you could tell like she wasn't really like down. So I'm like, don't worry about it. But then we stopped talking for a little bit. I start fucking somebody else. This girl's at my house, whatever. The new girl's at my house, and we had already like fucked twice. Like we're just chilling in my bed now, and my phone starts ringing off the hook. I open it up. I get all these like missed calls and texts from that last girl that wanted to have a threesome. She's like, we're down tonight. Like come through my place. Like come fuck us, whatever. And I'm like,
2 times.
fuck,
huh?
yo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, first of all, I'm not even horny right now. I've already come twice, but I'm like, I want to go, but I also can't leave this girl. I don't really know this girl that well to just be like, stay at my house for 2 hours while I leave, whatever, you know? But man, to this day, I'm like, I should have just said, my boy has an emergency. Like, I got to go. I'll be right back. And just went, like the girl didn't live that far. I could have been back within an hour. Just go fucking fuck for half an hour and rush back. Like,
Yeah. You know
I
what?
regret it to this day.
Yeah. You know what's funny is like once you were presented with the opportunity there,
Yeah.
your system would have been like, okay, we're good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. The only thing is,
Like the stimulus would have been off the charts.
oh yeah, and
and
it probably, I would have been able to last longer because I came to it.
yeah, they're like, damn, this nigga's a fucking stud. Yeah, he's just-
Fuck, man. I'm so sad, yo.
I know, but 2 times people don't understand the mentality. You know, guys understand 100%. Once you busted 2 times, the clarity and the like not wanting, you'd have to be Tristan Thompson to go at that point.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know, man. I was a younger man.
Where
so
the buzzer?
I had more testosterone then than I do now. Like, but still.
God damn, where do you go from there? You know what I mean? Where do you go from there? And obviously, you never like hooked up with her again.
That girl?
The one who was like, we're ready.
I fucked her like just her by herself before, but that threesome thing
That
never
doesn't
came up.
count.
Yeah.
And you know, to make the stars align and they drank just enough and like they're buzzing just enough that it's like, you can't make that shit up.
But that girl, she was just an angel in her own way. Like just probably some of the best head I ever got in my life. That girl at the threesome one. to the point where like I was in a relationship for years. Hadn't talked to this girl in like 5 years. Get out of the relationship. I hit her up, and she's like, well, I'm on my period.
She's still a free agent.
I'm on my period. But
Years later,
I'm on my period, but I can suck your dick. Like after not talking to her for 5 years, I'm like sick.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
She comes over, she sucks my dick, and she's just like, all right,
Mixed pancakes.
I'm gonna go home now. Like it was just
No way.
It was the honestly.
That's
I'm
the
like,
best thing I've
it was
ever
like
heard
it was
in
like
my
the
life.
angel of blowjobs. I'm
Yeah.
like, I just got out of a relationship. This girl just came over, sucked my dick, and was like, all right, bye. And
You're like, is Jesus the way? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what church are you with?
I do
That's
have a good
incredible,
relationship with
dude.
God. I have a
Yeah,
great
clearly
relationship with God.
for that shit to
And
go down.
I have a lot of like jokes about sex, and people say, oh, you love God, but like you talk about sex and all that stuff. But it's like when the Bible was made, when all these old books were made, people were getting married at like 13, 14 years old. Of course, they didn't want them having premarital sex then. But now, if we're not
Yeah, it was
getting married,
pedophilia, That's what it was. They're like, guys, to make this not pedophilia, we got to marry, all right?
Right.
Those are the rules pretty much.
Joseph, Jesus' stepdad, was like in his 70s, and Mary was like 16 years old. Like that was a big,
But he never hit it. You know what I mean? He never hit it. It was divine intervention, right? Or immaculate conception.
he might
God
have hit
hit
it
it.
after that.
God hit it from the back. You know what I mean?
Chill.
Busted twice inside. What?
That's
Are you
Mother-
religious?
That's Mother Mary you're talking about.
Like,
No,
what the fuck?
no. I'm actually
Chill, bro. Have some respect.
I'm not religious. I grew up Catholic, but now I'm like I'm not totally sold on Jesus, but I have a great relationship with God. Me and God, we're thick as thieves.
Are you just saying that as a joke, or you truly mean that?
I truly mean that. You
Talk to me. What do you mean by that?
God.
How do you know that you're good with God? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I talk to God all the time. When I need answers in life, like I'll get answers.
Is that when you called me to park? Did you ask God before you called me?
No.
God,
Okay.
should I park on the left or the right side?
I never
You know,
told-
let me just call this motherfucker here.
I never told you how I started doing stand-up comedy.
God told you to do it?
Yeah.
Bro, you know what? Remember earlier when we were talking about how insane comedians are? You know, this is when you're like, God told me to do stand-up.
Okay.
Like, fuck. You're crazy too, bro.
No, this is how.
Was
I
it
got
a
told.
burning bush that spoke to you?
No. It was Jibs. It was JD. It was through him.
Jack Daniels?
No, Jibbivo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Woo!
JD's one of my best
Turn
friends.
up.
I got a buddy named JD. And your boy JD is fucking awesome. This guy's got a buddy who's been frequenting the shows as long as I've been in Toronto doing comedy. He's like Nav Bajata or whatever, the super fan.
100%.
He's that for stand-up, local.
So years ago, I had like a horrible gambling problem.
That's hilarious. Let's talk about that.
I was betting with bookies, betting money I didn't have. Like
Betting on the devil. You know?
I was degenerate, and like I never got down on my knees to pray. I always believe in God, but I got down on my knees and I'm like, God, I need a new path in life. Like I hate the way I'm living right now. Like I need a new path. The next day, I felt like, and I'm telling you, months before that, every day I was waking up looking at what to bet on. Like that's how I was sports that I didn't even care about, like tennis going on in fucking Japan, whatever. Like I was betting on.
Were you deep
anything
in
and
debt?
everything. I lost lots of money.
Yeah.
I won some money sometimes too. Like I had weeks. It was just either way. The stress.
But
was
you were
killing me.
net loss. For
Net
sure.
loss. Net
Everyone
loss for sure.
like that is net loss.
For sure, I was net loss to the point where I was like, I had to ask like friends to borrow money. Like I was in.
And were people beginning to turn their back on you?
No.
It never got that bad.
It never got that bad. I had like my bookie was like, I had to cut me off because I didn't have the money to pay him, and it was like,
It's like, James, you have a problem.
No.
Call 1-800 Stop Gambling.
more
Please,
so like
James.
you can't make your payment this week, you can't bet this week. You know, the way it works with bookies is you bet from Monday to Sunday, and then the winners get paid on Friday. If you lose, you have to pay on the following Thursday. So if you
Wait, repeat that. You bet from Monday to Sunday?
So yeah, like if you have an account with a bookie,
Yeah.
you'll bet from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
And then so whatever your total wins or losses are from that week, if you
get them on the next Friday.
If you're on the losing end, you pay on Thursday, and then the winners get paid Friday.
That's funny. That's like regular employment bi-weekly payments.
Funny. Yeah. So anyways,
You were always owing on Thursdays.
No. I had some good weeks, but overall loser for sure. Because I always chase. Here's the thing about gambling that I learned. Winning is cool and all, but what makes you a gambling addict is getting out of a deep hole. That's what makes people addicts. It's like the chase. So people will get more excitement off being down $1,000 and like getting it down to only being down $100. So they're still losing on the week, but they just made $900 on like the last day. They're like, fuck, at least I didn't lose that $1,000. There's more excitement in that than just winning.
Hands
$900.
down, without a doubt. The first time I ever gambled, I turned 21. My friends took me to Niagara Falls Casino. They all pulled like a 20 or 30 out of their pockets to get me 250 or 240. And I go and I'm just fucking blackjack, this, that. I'm losing all of it. It's almost gone. I'm down to 30, 40 bucks.
Right.
My buddy's playing roulettes. He's hot. He keeps picking thirds. He keeps winning. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do whatever he's doing. We play 3 in a row. He wins them all. And dude, winning back, like I started with 250 and I made back like, I almost ended leaving with 250. I left with like 230, but I'm like, man, I remember thinking gambling is a sickness because I feel so amped. And I'm literally net loss right now. $10. And I'm like, I made it all, blah. Yeah, and exactly. I didn't. I'm literally net loss. I could have pocketed the money and left and been better off.
So that's the sickness.
That's the addiction. Now I can tell. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm Michael Jordan.
Like the gambling stories that made my heart like sing the most was like just getting out of a deep hole.
Because despair. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck, I'm a piece of shit. No, I'm not. Yeah.
And my worst loss,
You got on your knees and prayed to God.
No, one of my worst losses was fucking Donald Trump election, the first one.
Bro, you had a sick. You were betting on politics.
The first one. I don't even know politics, but I'm on the way to the movies and I hear on the radio, there's no way Donald Trump can win. He would need this state, and that state. It's pretty much impossible. So I go and look at the odds. That week I was up like $900. Like I was doing well. And then I see like, okay, to win $100 on Hillary winning, you had to bet like 600 because she was that much of a favorite.
Yeah, she was super favorite.
So I put like fucking $1,800 on it.
On Hillary
to win to win like
just a couple $100
to just win 300. I go to the movies. So the movie's like 2 hours, whatever, give or take. I get out of the movies. I turn on the radio. There's no way Hillary can win. She would need this. Like same way it was saying about Donald. It's saying the opposite now. I was like, oh my God.
2 G's.
I should have bet on fucking Trump, yo.
Fuck. Oh, you would have been. And you would have lost the money, though. That's the funny thing, though. Is like, I should have bet on Trump. You would have won a lot, and that would have been gone, too, though.
Yeah, who knows?
Because you would have been like, yes, let's go bet on this. Bro, you're like a gambling addict. There's like a cat in a tree. Fire truck's coming. You go to the neighbors, like, $20, that cat's not coming down, bro. It's like, relax, 100%. Jam. You're shaking.
Super Bowl is coming up, or it'll just pass this weekend. And when me and my boys get together at the Super Bowl, we'll bet on, like, what's the next commercial going to be? What's this? Like, everything. Like, everything. We'll still do that.
I will admit, though, putting $20 on a game or a fight
makes it more fun to watch.
Definitely makes it more fun. But like the shit you're talking about, you lost yourself to that shit.
So I was in deep. It was a life
cautionary tale.
So I asked God for help. I got down on my knees. I asked God for help. Now, like I was saying, every day I was looking at what to bet on. So I already felt like a little bit of weight was lifted off my shoulders. Call it coincidence, whatever. But I felt like the next day I'm like, I feel like God is moving through me right now. Like, and honestly, like the first couple of days, I was like, for like 3 days, I was like, maybe I should be a preacher. But I'm like, I'm not too sold on Jesus though. But I just want to talk about how great God is. Like, you let God in, God can do great things for you. Anyways, then I run into Jibs. I see Jibs maybe like once or twice a year. And he's like, oh, there's a comedy club in Brampton. You should come check it out. I go to do comedy. I smashed the first time. Like, I'm not,
I died.
I did great.
Some people kill or die.
And I'm like, yo, this is it. Like, God's showing, like, God wants me doing this. And I'll say this, spreading the word of God, like saying God is good to comedians, even though a lot of them are atheists, I might even do more good as a comedian than I would as a preacher.
You are a preacher.
Thanks, man.
You're a preacher of comedy.
I'm a preacher.
That Sam Kinison was a preacher and then became a stand-up and then found like drugs and
I might do it the opposite way.
Yeah. Right?
I gotta hit
rock bottom and then went up.
I gotta hit rock bottom in comedy and then fucking become a preacher after. That's what I'll do. But yeah, so
like Al Green.
I do feel like God. My Instagram bio is life was bad, you know what I mean? 2017, I asked God for help, found comedy, and the rest has been blessed.
Yeah, that's just because you're trying to hook up with Brampton chicks. You know what I mean? Like, God before anything.
A lot of people look at that and be like, this guy's weird. I remember when the corner used to have, you have to line up outside for the open mic? Do you remember that? Were you around those times?
Yeah, of course.
So I was very new. I was first year in
Mondays?
Mondays, yeah. First year into comedy, I'm in that line. People are talking to each other in line like, oh, what's your Instagram? Da-da-da. So I give someone my Instagram. They see, praise God in my bio. They're like, oh, you believe in God? Like
this is some weird Jesus fanatic.
This guy's weird, whatever. Then my car's parked down the street and I see a guy about to give it a ticket. I'm like, oh, I got to run over. I run over, I talk the guy out to give me a ticket. I come back to the line.
All they see you is over there being like this. Bless on you, brother.
I come back to the line. Those same people are like, oh, did you get a ticket? I'm like, no, God is good. they're like,
go, fuck. Yeah. Yo, you're literally, you were speaking the path, man.
Yo, you know about the Kill Tony time that God sent me a sign?
No.
So I'm at home in Brampton. I still lived in Brampton at the time. I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I want to go. It's at midnight. You know what I mean? And then I see Tony Hinchcliffe tweeted out, if you're a comedian, you don't need to buy a ticket. You can just come, whatever, right? And then
it was a midnight show?
It was a midnight show.
Damn.
And he tweeted it at 7:24. Those are my two favorite numbers, 7:24. I'm like, God, send me a sign.
You're just a gambling addict. 7:24.
I'm like, God, send me a sign.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get down there. I see other comedians I know in line. Hassan, fucking Mark Karakianitis, a couple of people.
Is that when Mark actually got on the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
shit,
I'm
shit,
like,
shit.
I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get on tonight. Like, God sent me a sign, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And then Hassan's like, if you get on tonight, like, I'm gonna start praying to your God, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm so convinced I'm gonna get on. Every time he's reading an intro, I'm already like halfway out of my seat. Like,
Because is it a bucket?
it's a bucket of names. So every time he's starting to say like the intro, this guy, oh, this sounds like an interesting name. Like, oh, that's me. First couple times it wasn't, but then eventually it was. I got on that night too. You know, I didn't do that good though.
Oh, you got on that night?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know. It's just Mark's video that went off then, I guess.
Mark,
right?
because Mark smashed it. Like
Yeah.
me, I went up. I learned lessons that night, and it was still fun. And it was still like, you know, God is good. God sent me the fucking sign. But it was all like all the other comedians were like, what the fuck? How'd this guy know he was gonna get on? So after I'm like, Hassan, you're gonna pray to my God now? And he's like, no.
yeah, right. He's like, I'm going to Friday prayer right now, bro.
But yeah, man, when I got on, here's what I learned that day. I have a lot of pussy jokes. Don't open with them. Don't open with pussy
Oh,
stuff.
I learned that because then you got to stay dirty or get dirty.
Right. So they were like, yeah, there was just too much pussy stuff. Like, and it was. And then my interview.
You're like, what pussy goes like this?
Yeah.
like,
my interview process, my heart was beating so fast. I was so nervous. And I was like, they were asking me questions about like my girl at the time, which I was like engaged, but obviously it didn't work out. So in my mind, like I was going through problems with her and I'm like trying to not put that out there. But it was a lot. You know what I mean? I was an emotional wreck at that point.
yeah.
I was fucking so nervous. I didn't do
video?
good. Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
You can watch me fucking squirm in my pants, yo.
It's just YouTube JamEasy.
No, it's just the. I didn't post it myself.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's the if you look up the Kill Tony Toronto, but I'm not proud of it, so I haven't been.
No, I
fucking-
wanted to see you shake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The only thing I liked
This is
about
before the layers.
the only thing I liked about it was at the end they're like that side guy Jeremiah Watkins, like the guy,
He's popping off now too.
he was eating spaghetti and they're like, would you let Jeremiah chew up spaghetti and spit it in your mouth, right? And the crowd starts going, yeah. He's like, I think this whole crowd wants to see you. I'm like, I'd rather this whole crowd boo me than let this guy spit in my mouth. And everyone starts booing me. And I was like, yeah.
You're flexing, yeah.
I was like,
You're like, I brought this on.
yeah. So that was actually sick. Having a theater full of people boo me, like as a guy that grew up watching wrestling, that felt sick. I was like, I'm being a heel right now. I'm like, fuck what these guys want.
Wasn't
I'm
there a
not doing
heat
that
to
shit.
it?
Huh?
Is there's heat? You felt the weight of heat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was sick.
I told you I got booed at Nubian show, and there's a wave.
Nah.
Didn't I tell you? That
Tell
story?
me about this, man.
I got booed, and that I have on video. But I made it. It's 7-minute set. I made it 6 minutes into it, but I was just so nervous. I smoked weed with Zeus before, and it was my first time, and I was so nervous, bro.
Yeah.
And Kenny, before he starts the show, he goes, "Do not accept mediocrity. If you do not like them, you let them know it." And then everyone's like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
He literally dropped blood in the pool of sharks.
I would love to do Nubian, man.
Hisham opens.
Yeah.
Just makes it. I go up. I'm just making it, and then my joke starts spacing out because I'm like so scared. Like the gaps get bigger and bigger. Then boo, 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 boo. Powder keg. Boo. I'm like, no. I'm up there, and it's just like I'm up there. Like remember Down to Earth with Chris Rock?
Yeah.
When he's booing and there's wind in the Apollo.
Yeah.
I was up there so long, it felt like that, and I didn't even feel bad because I never knew when you get booed, there's a wave of heat that comes with it. I just thought it was sound.
It also is just hot when you bomb, yo.
Yeah, but then it was like when the boos came, because the boo is like a boo, like there's heat with that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, I was up there. But we'll wrap up on this. But yo, I actually got it. The way I got into stand-up too was a pure sign. I feel like sometimes when you're looking for a sign, anything can be a sign, right? But we'll say that that's not even true.
You
I'll put
believe
this
in
on
God,
God.
right?
Oh yeah, I believe in God.
All right.
But I believe in God, not the traditional sense of man in the sky on the clouds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I believe in package everything we don't know as a species, everything before the Big Bang, package all the unknown and call that God.
Okay.
I believe in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe in the unknown. I believe that we're not everything. I believe that there's different realms. You know what I mean? I believe there was shit before the Big Bang. You know what I mean?
Fair.
But I don't believe in an old white guy with a long beard.
What do you picture God looks like?
I actually don't. And now whenever they bring string theory, like
Yeah.
an energy flux, that's how if I have to picture God, I picture like an energy flux, a disturbance in space.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, when I wanted to get into stand-up, I fucking kept writing material. I found out where to do the open mic in Detroit, but I was so scared to go. Every week, I knew it was Mondays. And I was just like, no, the writing is not good. The writing's not good. It needs to be, the 5-minute set needs to be solid before I go.
Yeah.
But you know, it's fear holding you back, right? And then I go visit my buddy in New York, all right? And we go to the Comedy Cellar Sunday night, randomly. I love every time I've ever gone in. The first time I went to New York was to go to the Comedy Cellar. And every time I've ever gone to New York, Cellar's the most staple thing I do. But that night, 2 days before Trump gets elected, you're coming out of the movie betting on Hillary. I'm in New York. Chappelle walks in. Because remember, he does the Saturday Night Live monologue.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Chappelle comes in to do 10 minutes. And Chappelle's like my hero. You know, like I grew up on like my nickname in recess was Chappelle. You know what I mean? Because I would just recite Chappelle's bits.
Sick.
And I'm doing like I was a class clown forever. But this guy was my guy. Everything he ever did memorize, right? And then he's just like, he does 5 minutes of material. And then he does 5 minutes of crowd work because he's only doing 10. He doesn't have much time. But number one thing I see, first of all, the fact that he's coming here, my heart almost explodes. I'm like, Chappelle, he's in the cellar, it's so tight, he's right there. Second thing, once he's done doing the material he wants to try, he's just doing crowd work. And I see the star God level person that I thought I was. I see him for just a man. You know what I mean? So now that thing in your head that's being like, I can't do stand-up. Those are chosen gods. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I saw him in that moment as just a guy trying to come up with funny shit. He just kept talking shit about whoever walked by. So I'm like, okay, I need to go pee. I'm going to walk by and talk shit and make everybody laugh. That was my plan. I get up and he goes, hey, yo, what's going on, man? And then I go, not much. How about you? You know, like right away I'm starstruck.
Right.
And then he goes, and he does Black Lives. This is when Black Lives Matter started. And then it's like, I'm so eager and sincere. Like there's no funniness. He's just like, see, Black lives do matter. You know what I mean? And everyone laughs. And I go to the bathroom and I'm peeing and I'm just like, yo, I'm going to start stand-up. I'm going to make it. And I'm going to tell him that this is the moment. Like, if that's not a sign, if this is like not a sign, I don't know what the fuck is.
Yeah.
Because I've been writing for months, afraid to go up. And I did the open mic right when I got back to Michigan.
And you sucked.
I bombed so hard.
Right.
So hard. I lost sleep for like 3 days, bro.
Can you remember the first joke you told?
No, but I have the notebook. I just remember my first set, I wrote 6 bits in succession. Each bit leads to the last bit. And the first one bombed and I fell apart. I was just like, oh my God, none of these are going to work. They're all tied together.
I remember like the first like 3 or 4 times I did good. And then my first bomb was like, it was like so uncomfortable, man. Because I was like, fuck, I'm so sick of stand-up comedy. Like everyone's just laughing at everything I say. Then eventually I go to like, that was all like a young urban crowd, right? Then I go to do like a show at a bar because somebody saw me at this place. I was like, oh, he's pretty good. Let me bring him to this bar.
He's the new killer.
I go to do this bar where it's like older white people and they fucking just hated me, yo. Yeah. I thought I could only do comedy for black audiences, like my first little bit. But now I realize I'm just funny for everyone. You can follow me at jam_.
You know what I mean? Yeah, right? But yeah, man, I think it's a gift to bomb as early as possible. In fact, that first time, I don't think I've ever bombed, only because I wanted to do so good.
Yeah.
Even the Nubian Boo, I don't consider as hard bomb as that. Because that was 5 minutes. I did 3 minutes. There was no laughs. And I just walked off stage. Like, I didn't say, oh, thanks, I'm Abbas. Give it up for your host. I was just like so destroyed. I just walked off and stayed in the crowd for the next person. Because it's like 1 a.m. now. I've been waiting since 10 p.m. It's like Monday style open mics in Detroit.
Right.
And I remember I just sat there like smiling kind of at the next people. Like, I'm not destroyed. I'm still here. Like to give that off that vibe. But I was a fucking walking skeleton.
I think like when you're a new comic and you're just doing open mics, if you're only doing open mics in Toronto and you never get to do like one of these out of town shows or something, man, it's hard to get your confidence up.
You think comedy's so hard. It has to be so intricate and complex and lined up perfectly. And you go out of stage, you go out of town and you just be like, I'm the only black guy you guys have ever seen. Death.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
instead of doing that in front of fucking 10 comedians that just look at you like, when's my turn?
Yeah, exactly.
This guy fucking 5 minutes already.
Or like in San Francisco is tough too, because that's really where I started like a lot. those are like the hipster crowd of just like very similar to Toronto. You know, when you get that crowd that's like, you know what I mean? They're just kind of like, yeah.
Right.
Like, they're like, impress us. What do you got next? That vibe.
Yeah. You know when people like
We paid.
when they laugh, but like it's like a really quick laugh. It's like, ha, next joke. Please.
You're
I'm
like,
ready for the
fuck.
next one now. It's like, guys,
guys
give
are
me a
making me
second.
work, man.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Fuck. Anyways, this podcast, my brother. Look into this camera.
Yeah.
Tell the people where to find you. You've said it 9 times, but say one more.
You can find me at jam_easy. That's on Instagram. You can also check out my new YouTube show, The JamEasy Times. It's on YouTube. The link's in my bio. You want to give me money? Send it to helpjamout@gmail.com.
No, just send it to me. I'll forward it to him. I promise. It's all good. Just subscribe to the Patreon and just I'll forward it. I swear to God.
I can't ask your people for money. What if
No,
they really like me?
No, I'll give it to you. I promise. I'll give it to you. I love how I have other guests on.
I cut out the middleman.
I-
All this GoFundMe, Patreon shit. I'm like, just send me an email money transfer.
You know what's so funny? I have guests on. I'm just like, yo, let's land this podcast. Look in the thing and tell me what. Like, okay, just find me. Like, they have to think you're the one dude who's like, okay, JamEasy Cummins _6.
Yeah.
Call it. Subscribe and hit it twice. I'll have you on
Yeah.
rice. Like,
Yeah.
You have a rhyme
100%.
now.
I say it
That's
all
the
the time.
hottest thing you said the whole episode. It was your plug at the end.
I do things like that just in regular conversation. I'll just be like, yo, find me at jam_easy, bro.
You said it 6 times.
Yeah. And you can send me money to helpjamout@gmail.com.
Yo, you can find this
No one
man
has
anywhere but a gym. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I got weights in my basement, yo.
Oh shit, yeah.
You
he
saw-
does,
you
he
saw
does,
the
he
weights
does.
in my
Yeah, I saw
backyard.
2 dumbbells, prison style. I love that.
And the
shit.
backyard bench press.
That was
That's
some
pretty sick, too.
that was some 20-year-old like
Yeah.
new grads backyard
Definitely,
roommate house type vibe. But yo, as always, look below for this man's info. It's in the description. From my end, support the show directly at patreon.com/the Immigrant Section and go to abbaswahab.com for tour tickets for Windsor, London, Waterloo, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal in March. The Immigrant Section is coming out with Mo Ismail and Jesse Singh. abbaswahab.com for those
Sick.
tickets. Yes, sir. We're
That's a
going
great
out
show.
there. Yo, it's going to be a sick show, huh?
Who's
30
hosting?
minutes each. No,
Oh.
we'll just do 30 minutes each.
No host?
Someone will go off the top and we'll just switch that up.
Fair enough.
You know?
That's sick.
Open it up, do some hosting, do some time, and then the other 2 people do 30.
That's a great lineup, guys. You guys are going to want to check that out.
My man. Yo, anyways, let's do this again, bro. And check out your show. What's your show called again?
The JamEasy Times.
Yeah, you plug that, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Abbas is in the first episode. Jesse sings in the second. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah.
Mo Ishmael on the next one.
Yo.
And then you can check out the whole lineup.
Yo, abbaswahab.com for tickets. But anyways, yo, until next time, y'all have been great. Peace.